Okay, seems like all's good there. We're live. I'm just going to fix up with some of these YouTube settings because we're at a minute rest in between rounds. So what I'm doing in this live stream, and I'll wait probably for someone to actually join it. There we go. I'm just going to edit this video real quick while I have a bit of time. But I'll keep talking when I get a few more people in the chat and let know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to pop a video. We're going to pop an image onto this now. Here we go. There we go. So it looks like we're good to go. Just going to double check this in YouTube. There we go. There we go. Okay, so make sure this is all good. See what happens with this. And we'll keep this chat going. Okay, so what I'm doing in this live stream is I'm going to be watching the Rocky Field and Undercard. Probably going to watch the fight too. And I'm going to be giving my kind of commentary round by round. Take some questions in between fights. Big boys boxing, what's up? I'll be taking questions in between rounds. I'm going to be giving my commentary throughout this fight of what's going on for obvious reasons, blatantly obvious reasons. There's got to be no footage or sound of this undercard. Obviously, I do not want anything bad happening to this channel. So if that's what you want, because I want to kind of get my own commentary tips kind of going. So I'm going to be doing this now. So currently we're in the 4th round. And Martin Murray is he on the comeback trail or what is he on? But we're watching this fight. So the guy he's fighting, not that good, but both guys, Martin Murray fights in a very kind of, he tucks up very well. I give him that. He tucks up very well. He lets them shots go. He's in there with a guy who's really not giving much. Martin Murray is coming in, he's throwing hooks and uppercuts to the body. Some of them are getting through to the head. Landed with nice left hooks. Landed with some very good uppercuts in this round. We're a minute and 30 into the 4th round. Landed with some very good uppercuts. Crude jabs from his opponent. Jananina, I think is how you pronounce it. Very crude jabs from his opponent. Not really giving much. Backed up against the rope, has a very negative posture about him. He's only kind of really pivoting and moving now. Not really giving much away. Martin Murray, in his usual style, very probing around the ring. Really looks a bit flat-footed to me as far as I can see. Just really kind of looking just to press home whatever advantage he has a high guard, has letting uppercuts on the inside go. He's throwing some good uppercuts there. So a good little uppercut to the body, another one to the head. Opponent looks definitely, I'm not going to say worse for wear, but it doesn't look like he's enjoying it. He's throwing a lot of arm punches. Looks to be very tired. Murray seemingly has good energy, throwing some good body shots in there. Got 40 seconds to go. It's a decent body shot from his opponent there, actually, to be fair. It's the first real shot I've seen him throw so far. Another good uppercut to the head, a good hook to the head by Murray. And an attack in the corner. He looks like he's hurt his opponent. Gets him out of the corner. He's letting him out of the corner and he's taking a little walk around the ring. He's not really doing much. When he has his opponent hurt or when he has him in the corner, he's not really doing much. His opponent in the corner again there. And again, he's doing that again. He's letting his opponent out of the corner when it's blatant he has an advantage. Now, I don't know whether he's trying to, maybe save some energy or what, but he's definitely letting his opponent go whenever he goes in there. So, end of round 4. It's been all one-way traffic. All one-way traffic. So, you're going to try the same with the Kiwi boys, Junior Fa. Yeah. I don't know why more people don't do this. I know, obviously, the whole copyright thing. Some rounds, maybe. Yeah. Like, I'm probably going to watch the main event with the sound on and just cover that as I would normally cover fights. Just, post-fight review straight out there. But I want to give some commentary. I want to give my 2 cents of what's going on, what I'm seeing in a fight. And just to kind of give a blow-by-blow, just almost get the commentary out there just to see if I can kind of relay some of it in a good way. Obviously, it's different when you can't see it. And, they're getting ready to start the 5th round. But obviously, it's different when you can't see it. You just take what I say at face value. But it's still good to try. It's still good to try. So here we go into the fifth round. And Martin Murray completely in control. Still keeps that guard up very high. Not He's not moving his head as much as I would like to maybe see him. But again, he's getting them uppercuts up on the inside. He's having success with it. Throwing uppercuts on the inside, having some success with it. That's very interesting to see. I find it amazing that he's having the success with the uppercuts on the inside, but he's only really throwing them now and again. He's not really letting them go. He's not pressing home what he has. And as I said in the last round, whenever he gets his opponent, who really, he almost looks like he's there to survive at this point. Whenever he gets his opponent trapped up against the ropes, he's letting them go. He's just letting them get out of there. And he's taking a walk around the ring. Good body shot. It's a decent body shot by Martin Murray. His opponent retaliates with another one. That was a bit low. Looked at the referee, and Martin Murray reacts, hits him with some shots. He's complaining to the referee, but they were legit punches. I don't know what he's complaining about. Some more body shots from his opponent. Very weak jab and easily countered by Martin Murray. Looks like he hurt him there. Looks like he's hurt. Looks like he has opponent hurt. His opponent looking to hold on. Martin Murray lets him away with it. He's out of trouble for the time being. Again, crude swings by his opponent. Very, very half-hearted jabs. No real power on him at all. They're there to be countered. There to be countered. He finds himself again where he doesn't want to be, in between the ropes. Murray with a good hook to the head. Martin Murray just high guard, getting ready to let some shots go on the inside again. Brings his opponent back to the ropes. Opponent has very leaky defense. Very poor defense. He's just standing very upright. There's no head movement. Gets through with a decent right hand there, to be fair. But again, it's still on Martin Murray. Gets through with another right hand. But Murray retaliates, throws a body shot. So again, some good work by Martin Murray, just keeping the guard high, punching when he needs to. I would like to see a bit more urgency about him. Good body shot again. He's finding success with the body shots. He should stick with it. Would like to see a bit more. This is only an 8-rounder. And we're 50 seconds left of the 5th round. So I'd like to see a bit more urgency out of Martin Murray now, to be honest. But throwing some good work. Another good body shot. Excellent body shot by Martin Murray. Opponent retaliates. There's some fight in this guy yet. There's definitely a bit of fight in him. But Martin Murray again, great right hand. Snap the head back. Great right hand. Now he should really step on the gas right about here. When he has his opponent up against the ropes, seems to have him, I won't say hurt, but buzzed. Again, good hooks on the inside. Little short hooks. They're not necessarily the most concussive punches in the world, but you don't want to be getting hit with them too much. And again, find it very easy to break the guard. Very, very easy to break the guard. Misses with an uppercut there, but lands with a good jab. I want to say his opponent is being negative, but he's not really. He's just staying up against the rope. Again, another body shot goes in there from Murray. So his opponent's staying up against the rope. He's not necessarily being negative. It's a decent uppercut to end the round by the opponent, to be fair. But yeah, I want to say the opponent, I don't want to say he's being negative because he's not, but he's really got defense on his mind. But whenever he does throw, his punches are very slow. They're very weak. And Martin Murray is just countering them or telegraphing them. So he landed, showing the replay there, he landed with some good shots in that round. And as I said, I would like to see a little bit more urgency come from Martin Murray because he's not in there with much. And he's got an opponent there who's there to be hit, he's there to be taken out. He's finding success with the body shots. So going into the 6th round, this is a scheduled 8-rounder. As far as I'm aware, I think Terry Flanagan is up next. So I'll definitely be doing the commentary for that fight. I'll do the whole commentary throughout. So we'll definitely see. It's a good way to let others use commentary while watching the broadcast. Yeah, so far so good. I'm enjoying doing this. We're getting ready for the 6th round. Both fighters touch gloves, come out swinging for the 6th round. Let's see. Martin Murray again, head held high, popping the jab this round. So he comes out jabbing. The opponent trying to jab to the body, coming up short. Throwing right hands. The way his opponent's swinging, it reminds me very similar to how a novice would swing if he's just having a first spar. Very similar, just almost trying to look to try and hit anything, whether it be glove or whether it be head. Occasionally getting shots through, but nowhere near hard enough to penetrate this guard. Martin Murray still looks in complete control in this fight. So he should. Decent little right hand. His opponent again, up against the ropes. He's just jabbing while his opponent's up against the ropes. I'd like to see some body shots going in there because he has his hands up high enough that you can sink in a couple of left hooks to the body. Late on in the fight, they could telegraph, they could definitely tell. Because Martin Murray has success in the last round with body shots. So I'd like to see him go back to that. If you're having success, stick at it. His opponent go up again the rope again, throwing the uppercut but missing. He fights out of the corner. Smart Murray again, as I said, a bit flat-footed, doing a lot of probing around. Some decent shot there. So again, opponent swinging and missing. Not the most negative journeyman I've ever seen as regards to whether he is a journeyman or not, but he's definitely there to be hit. His punches are very easily telegraphed. Again, just throwing little arm punches. They're never going to break the guard. Shots like that are never going to break a tight guard like a Martin Murray. He needs to really sit down if he wants to have any chance in this fight. Again, he eats another uppercut for his troubles. So far since I've been watching this fight, you can probably count on one hand the amount of times Martin Murray's actually been hit flush or clean. Although he gets hit there with some nice shots on the inside. They look to have some steam on him. Okay, oh, lovely uppercut, snapping the head back. Martin Murray snapping the opponent's head back. Although he fights, he retaliates. It's good work from the opponent in this round. Very good work. Another left hook to the head. So he's still fighting back, still definitely trying his best to get the shots in there, but doesn't appear to be much on him. We're into the last minute of this round. I always find that when you get into the kind of 6th and the 8th round and someone is throwing a lot of shots and he is landing, but he's not doing anything, you do more often than not tend to find that this is a distance fight, even though it is only 8 rounds. Good right hand by Martin Murray there. Good right hand. Has him up against the ropes. Good hooks being thrown. Definitely appears to be catching his opponent. I must say he's stunning them, but definitely he's feeling these shots. Definitely appears to be feeling them. Nice little hook to the body. That looked like it hurt him a bit. Looked like it hurt him a bit. Smart Murray again. Throwing the shots there. Not landing a lot, but still. Nice little uppercuts. Right through the guard. What I would like to see Martin Murray do more is he's just plodding in and kind of walking in. I would like to see Martin Murray establish the jab a bit more. And as I said, when he gets him on the ropes, throw them body shots. He was having success with the body shots. I don't know why he's not throwing them more. Every time he gets him on the rope, throws them body shots. He has success. So I'd like to see him do that a bit more. Because the idea, from what I can gather, is he's trying to get rid of this guy. If you know what's working, stick to that. One thing that's been annoying me so far from what I've been seeing is, if I was a trainer, I'd say, when you get this guy in the corner, he's doing precious little and he's there to be hit. You're kind of taking 1 or 2 shots, taking a step back. He's there to be hit. That's what I have to say. They're showing the little combination that Martin Murray got hit with. They seem to be the stiffest shots. But there was that uppercut Murray landed that snapped the head back. Very good uppercut by Martin Murray. Excellent uppercut. So we're into the 7th round here. And if anyone feels free to drop me some questions, feel free to do it. I'll be talking in between fights, in between rounds. So if you want to get some questions in, pop them in the chat now. And what I'll do is I'll start answering these questions as soon as the rounds are over, or if, the fight's over. Because I'm definitely going to do the next fight, and I might just watch the main event separately. So here we are again in this round. So Martin Murray again, taking the jab, establishing the jab, throwing hooks, punches on the inside. Jabs opponent back up again the ropes. So I'm intrigued to see what he does in this round. Again, to me, it's almost looking like a sparring session at this point for Martin Murray. Doesn't seem like he's really going hell for leather. I think maybe he's just accepting the fact that maybe this is a tricky enough opponent. Maybe he's not going to be able to get him out of there. He's just content taking the points victory. Though decent little hook to the body goes in there for Martin Murray. It was decent. High guard takes an uppercut for his troubles, though, does Murray, and lands a good hook. Yeah, the shots he's landing with, as he gets the opponent back up again the ropes, lets the combination go. Now that's a combination he should have been thrown 2 rounds earlier, where he's really starting to swing. There we go. His opponent, he doesn't strike me as being necessarily hurt. They seem like they're more stinging shots than they are actual concussive shots. Hands down for Martin Murray. Clearly not worried about what's coming back at him. Yeah. And he's just in the center of the ring, getting his opponent back up again the rope, just trying to get them shots in on the inside. Pinning the opponent there. His opponent, as I said, to his credit, throwing shots, not landing a lot. He is throwing. The shots he's throwing are not exactly what you call thunderous punches. They're more or less arm punches. That, as I said, it's like seeing a novice. Well, there's some good shots going in there from Murray. It's like seeing a novice in a sparring session. You know, it's like seeing a novice in a sparring session. They're not exactly thunderous. It looks like he's just trying to hit anything as opposed to throw punches. Although some good shots there, they strayed low. They were low, to be fair. Telling off from the referee. Martin Murray's opponent, Janina, I think is how you pronounce it, takes a telling off from the referee. Martin Murray straight back on him. Straight back on him, and they're into a clinch. Although Martin Murray trying to fight over. He's the one hand free, so he can punch with that. That's inside fight. When you've one hand free, the referee will let you punch, even if you're in a clinch. I often say punch or get out. So again, Murray has his opponent up again the ropes, throwing some shots there. Hook comes in. His opponent, though, to his credit, still being gainly, still trying. He is trying, but his trying is not exactly leading to great results. Some more shots coming from Martin Murray. It's the end of the 7th round. We've one more round to go. So, thoughts on Martin Murray's performance? Martin Murray, we know, never the biggest puncher through any of the weights he's fought at, whether it's a super middle or middle. Martin Murray's best performance I ever saw of him was when he fought Martinez in Argentina. He's very unlucky not to get the decision that night. That was 2013. So we're talking 6 years. So this is definitely not a prime Martin Murray. As far as I know, didn't he retire after the Hassan Dam fight that he lost there back in December? I think he might have. And prior to that, he was fighting Gabe Rosado on the Matchroom show. I wasn't even sure if he split with Eddie Hearn, to be honest, because there was never really any formal announcement that he split with Eddie Hearn. I know he was lined up to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Obviously, that fight never materialized, but that's a whole nother topic. So getting ready to go into the 8th and final round. Can't see a stoppage happening in this fight. Both fighters embrace. We go into the 8th round. Let's see what we got. So, 8th and final round. Will Murray try and close the show, or will he just take the points decision victory? As I said earlier, can't see anything other than the points victory for Martin Murray as he lands with a decent jab right through the guard. Overhand right, tries to sneak it in. I can't see anything other than the points victory for Martin Murray in this fight. It seems unlikely that he has the power to get rid of this guy. The opponent, to be fair, I've seen worse journeyman. That was a shot that was just borderline from the opponent. I've seen more negative journeyman. I've seen worse. I've seen people come and not try as hard as Murray has his opponent. Then again, the corner, but some decent enough movement there from the opponent. Murray can't really land. Lets him go. He still probes, look for openings, looks to get uppercuts and hooks on the inside. Takes decent right hand, Martin Murray there, but definitely retaliates and lands there with a nice little short right hook. Short right hook. His opponent, what I noticed in this fight, the best success he ever had is when he has Murray on the inside. When it's a long range, shots are horribly timed, thrown with no power, thrown at arms, thrown at shoulders. There's nothing on him. When he has Martin Murray in close and he has a target to hit, as Murray throws 2 hooks there, nice little hook to the body. When he has the opponent to hit, the shots do seem to be a little bit better, but still pressure's a little on him. 90 seconds to go. And this, to me, looks like it's going to points. Can't see Martin Murray finishing this guy, although strange things have happened. Martin Murray, try as hard as he has, because he has tried, but I just don't see anything coming up in this fight. As we go to the last minute, Murray again. The opponent's been up on the ropes a lot in this fight. He lands a jab. Again, not really coming from either man. Both guys look a bit tired now at this stage. So the 8th rounder looks like we're going the full distance. So we're into the seconds now until this fight is over. We're no longer in the minutes. There's a nice little hook to the head landed by Murray there, to be fair. The both fighters are in a clinch. Murray, no go with the hook. Lands straight in the shoulder. Takes a little overhand right for his troubles, though. His opponent looks like he has the body shots telegraphed now. He's getting the elbows down, stopping them from landing. Swing and a miss. So swing and a miss. Murray again, hands held a bit low. So I'd say he's starting to feel the pace a bit. We're into the last 15 seconds, so it looks like this fight is going to the distance. Looks like we are going to the judge. Well, I think it'd be the referee scoring this fight. It won't be the judges because it's a non-title fight. For those who don't know, in the UK, non-title fights always scored by the referee. Never go to the judges. Always score by the referee. Fight ends, and there we have 8 rounds. Martin Murray versus Journeyman. As far as I know, he's a journeyman. And there we have it. So, has Flanagan fought yet? No, he hasn't. He hasn't fought yet. As far as I know, Boxrec haven't updated it. They've updated the last few fights. So I think Flanagan is next. So I'm going to be doing the commentary for that. So I'm going to give my quick thoughts on that performance. There was things. I think Martin Murray, there was times where I would have liked to have seen him step on the gas a bit more in that fight, because there was times where he had his opponent, as I said, I don't want to say hurt, but maybe he had him kind of backing up a bit, but he didn't really do an awful lot with it. And clockwork like performance from Martin Murray, got the rounds in, got the 8 rounds in there against the opponent who really, he threw shots, to be fair, but not a lot on him. Not exactly stellar opposition, but as to be expected. So that's my thoughts on Martin Murray. Has Terry Flanagan fought yet? No. I think he's fighting next, so I'll be doing the commentary for that. So since that fight is over, there's not really a lot to talk about in that fight, to be fair. Since that fight is over, if anyone wants to ask me any questions, feel free to, because the chat is open there. I'm just going to give my 2 cents on this show. I think there's another IFL card on tomorrow. We've got Paddy Donovan on that card. Paddy Donovan is a fighter that I am very keen on. I'm very keen to watch his progression. Very keen to see how he gets on, basically. Because I think that Paddy Donovan has been a decent amateur. Has a lot of potential as a pro. And he's on in the Edinburgh card tomorrow. So we're looking forward to seeing him. But there's not any major names that are kind of up and coming. The next real big MTK show, it's not on IFL, will be, what would it be? It'd be the Golden Contract, which will have the 140-pound fighters like Tyrone McKenna and O'Hara Davis. Is it Tyrone McKenna? I think it is. And O'Hara Davis. So we'll have them. And, that's the kind of next big MTK show. But some of these MTK shows, they really are good. Like, to me, they're value for money. Even though they're free, they're still fun to watch. There's good fights to be had. There's entertainment in boxing on all levels. And I think when you're watching these MTK shows, you're talking about British, fringe, European level fighters. And, they are fun to watch. There's fun to be had on all these shows. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on this. As I said, mainly doing this stream just to kind of try and attempt to anyway do commentary and just kind of see how it goes, see if you enjoy it, basically. And I'm not expecting any miracles from it. I like doing these live streams, but I like doing the questions more so than the commentary. But the commentary for that fight was fun. So it'll be interesting to see now the next fight. So what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm probably going to do the next fight, whoever it is, call this live stream quits, and then I'll do a review on just a normal audio review of Rocky Fielding's fight when it comes true. So that's kind of what the plan is anyway for the time being. And we'll see. Cash versus McGregor tomorrow should be a good fight. Yeah. Looking forward to it. These MTK IFL shows, they're always fun. They're fun to watch. It's good fights to be had. And, as I said, I think, was it the first live stream I did? Was it the first? Yeah, it was the first live stream I did, which was like Monday or Tuesday. Someone asked me what was my fight of the year, and I said it was Paddy Barnes versus Jay Harris. That was on an MTK card. I thought that was great. I thought that fight was amazing. That fight just had madness. From the opening bell, that fight was just madness. So that was a fun fight. That was on an MTK card, on an IFL show. We seen, to me, it was a robbery. Was when O'Hara Davis fought Miguel Vasquez. To me, that was a robbery. They gave the decision to Davis. I thought that was just blatant robbery. And Davis, to me, is collecting now in his career as opposed to anything else. He's more so collecting than looking to do anything at any level. He's picked up a WBC silver title, I think is the height of it. He's not picked up a British title. Has he had a Commonwealth title? I don't know. That was a tear up Harris impressed me. Yeah. Well, yeah, Harris looked good. But Paddy Barnes, as far as I'm concerned, shot to pieces. Even on his debut, Paddy Barnes looked absolutely finished. On his pro debut, Paddy Barnes has been in the amateurs for so long. It was ridiculous. He just took way, way, way too much. I don't say punishment, but he had way too much amateur fights. So when he turned over pro, that amateur style was just engraved in Paddy Barnes. He knew no better. Andre Ward, when Andre Ward commentated one of his fights, he said, "Look at the way he fights. He's fighting like a just amateur through and through, not sitting there on the shots, throwing little shots, trying to score points. That's it." So Paddy Barnes, and at the end of the day, I think Paddy Barnes could have made life flyweight if he really tried. So all them things taken into consideration, he was never going to beat Jay Harris. Although it was a good tear up. And believe you me, even though Paddy Barnes didn't look like beating Jay Harris, you can't say he didn't try. He gave that his 100%. And there was times in there where you saw the Conlon brothers just jumping up on stage. Yeah, I know. If you go to, I'm watching the fights on IFL. I have it running on my phone. I'm doing the commentary on my end. This is like a live audio commentary, so I know that they're there. I'm watching on my phone. I'm just doing the commentary on my end. If you want to watch it on IFL, I know they're there. So I have the phone going with no sound on, obviously, because I don't want any copyright strikes. And I'm just giving my 2 cents on this. Davis was after a few checks at this point. Yeah, he is. He's admitted it. He wants property. He wants to get into property, so he's boxing just to get the property. So yeah, O'Hara Davis. It's weird when you watch some of his fights or watch some of his interviews more so prior to the Josh Taylor loss. He's really giving it the beans. And I'll be fair, I bought into the hype around Davis a little bit. Now, I didn't pick him to beat Josh Taylor. I know I wasn't on YouTube at the time, so you have to take my word for it, but I did not think he would beat Josh Taylor. I thought it was a close fight. Don't get me wrong. I thought that would be a close competitive fight, but I didn't think he'd beat Josh Taylor. And since then, it's just like the wheels have fallen off O'Hara Davis. Maybe they haven't even that they fell off. Maybe he's just found his level. Maybe he was only as good as the fight he was having. So he's fighting then over the hill, Derry Matthews. He was, fighting these domestic level guys at the minute. And obviously, look what Josh Taylor's gone on to achieve since, arguably on some people's pound for pound. And yeah. So the next fight we have, the last fight I'm going to cover. I don't want this live stream to go on too long because the last two have gone on over an hour, and I don't really want the live streams to go on over an hour. So next one we have is David Blaine. Blaine Highland. I don't know why it's Dave Blaine. Blaine Highland, 24 years old from Liverpool. This is a super fly. It's his pro debut against the guy 0-18. I'd imagine this is going to be a 4-rounder. So I'm going to do these 4 rounds, and I'm going to call it quits. But obviously, we're going to commentate these 4 rounds. We're going to see we get to see Dave Blaine. He's going to, Blaine Highland. I don't know why I keep saying Dave Blaine. Blaine Highland. We're going to get to see him on this channel. Might be the first and only time we see him, depending on how good he is. So let's see. Journeyman comes to the ring, and when I say journeyman, this guy is journeyman. No wins on his record. I think he's got 18 losses. The kind of guy you want your pro debut against. 0-18. To be fair, most of these journeymen are durable, though, to be fair. I've been to small hall shows where it's just been guys versus journeymen, and it's not even that they're durable. They just don't throw any punches. They just tuck up real well. And yeah, they just tuck up real well. They're there to survive at the end of the day. They want their payday, and they want to keep getting paid, so they need to not get stopped. So they just don't throw any punches. They tuck up real well, and they fight real negative. So, Blaine Highland, 24 years old from Liverpool. Let's see. Superfly. I don't cover a lot of Superfly. It's a decent division, but I don't cover a lot of the fights. So let's see now. Anyone in the corner recognize? Not really. Team Highland. The only Highlands I know are the Highlands from Dublin. Don't know them personally, but I remember it was a Paddy Highland. I think he fight Gary Russell Jr. and Josh Warrington in quick succession. So, fights getting announced in the ring here. Both guys getting ready. Let's see. This be the last one I'm going to cover. It's the last one I'm going to cover. I'm just going to do the commentary on this. Then I'm going to chill and wait for the main event, basically. His opponent, Stephen Maguire. Record is 0-18-1. 33 years old. Okay. That's a proper journeyman record right there. That's a journeyman record, true and true. Although, Harley Ben lose to a guy who was 0-16. So they got to get that win sometime. Although I'd imagine on your debut, unlikely. Ask Joe Ward. He lost on his debut. He had a lot of hype around his debut. Freak injury though. Freak injury, to be fair. I heard a lot of people saying they should change that fight to a no contest. Definitely not. Definitely not. I know injuries happen, they're unfortunate, but it's still an injury. It still counts as a loss, I just don't see why you change to a no contest. Even if it is only 2 rounds. A headbutt or something like that, yeah, understood. But this wasn't accidental. This was a knee popping out of place. So, let's see what we got here. I'd imagine, yeah, it's a 4-rounder, so won't be this is too long. Imagine it's going to start at a fast pace. Most of these good. Think about these flyweights. This Highland guy, one thing I know, he looks very long kind of flyweight. I think they said he's 5'7" for a super fly. That's quite tall. So he looks very, very long, lanky. That can cause a lot of these super flies issues. Because a lot of these guys, some of them are only 5'4", 5'5" at best. So if you've got someone with a bit of height and reach, and he can use that effectively, could be very interesting. So, jab established, decent little right hand, short right hand lands there by Highland. Nice little check left hook. That's what you call a check left hook. Let the guy come to you and just throw a little check left hook out there. So again, very fast, very fast. Definitely seems to have some fast hands, this kid. Look to be fast. Now, none of them shots landed, but still, the speed of the shots that were coming, it's quite impressive. You would expect a lot of fast hands at these lower weights, though. Not a lot of weight on him, so you'd expect some fast hands. So, nice bit of movement there. He's in there with some. This journeyman looks game. He looks game. He's not landing anything, but the fact that he's actually trying to make a fight of it, he does look game. One thing I'm picking up early on from Highland is he's jabbing, and that right hand is not staying up high. He's bringing it down very low. You can get away with that. That could turn into a bad habit. You can get away with that against a journeyman at this stage. Tried to leap in there with a hook, didn't land. You can get away with that with a journeyman at this stage, but definitely that could turn into a bad habit. If you step up in levels, that's asking to be countered. So keep that right hand up. Always, doesn't matter who you are, keep that right hand up. It's your guard. So again, jumping in. What's up on Royal Boxing? Jumping in with a hook. So again, no, the opponent he's in there with seems game. Seems like he's trying to make a fight, but playing Highland, moving around the ring well. Looking decent for your debut. It is only his debut. He's in there with a guy 0-18, so we're not going to gauge much from it, but we'll still see some decent movement there. I think he's waiting a little bit too much. That's what I can see here. He seems like he's very, very patient, but could be waiting a bit too much. He's definitely in control of this round. Definitely in control of this round. Definitely. It's a little critic. It's not to say he's doing anything wrong. Coming in, trying to throw the hook, or trying to throw the uppercut, I should say. Just misses with a right hand. Opponent in there getting very low. Trying to work on the head movement. Nice little hook lands there. Yeah, seems in control of this first round. First round of your pro career starting. Oh, nice little shot there. So, first round of your pro career over. You have 3 rounds to go. Yeah, little things to pick up from that. When he was jabbing at long range, had the right hand not close to his head, had it down a bit too low and away as well. Like, it's one thing have it low near your chest, but he had the right hand away. And when he stepped back, you see the player, he stepped back with the hands right up high in his head. Not guarding, just up high. A little trace like that. There was a nice leaping left hook that landed, to be fair. So, yeah, decent first round for your pro career. Decent first round. He definitely won that round. I've seen no issues there. And we get to see what happens next. So, normally, unless your name is Naoya Inoue, or unless you're a Sora Infosai or someone like that, super flies don't tend to have many knockouts. So I would imagine we're looking at a 4-round points fight, but who knows? Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So it was a fun little first round. So let's see how we go in the second round. So again, Highland out. Has the jabbing hand high. Has it facing out a little bit. I've experimented with that on the bag myself, and I could say it does feel, it feels fun, but sometimes it is best to just keep it near your face. Keep that jab. Keep that left hand, if it's your lead hand, up near your face. I experimented with it, but it's not really for me. It does really, I can see how it works, but it's not really for me. Swing of a right hand misses. Like the left hook lands there, the side of the head. Some decent speed by his side. As I said, he seems very long. That's the best way to describe him. Seems long. 5'7", I think they said it was his height. Very tall for a super fly. And as well as that, when people, when fighters, most fighters tend to make their debut, they tend to come down progressively as they start the fight. So if you see, he flips his opponent there very well, turns his opponent well. As you see, like someone like Josh Kelly turn pro, I think it was 156 pounds in his debut, now fighting welterweight. So you tend to see these guys come down. So could we see this guy down maybe a flyweight? Who knows? So as he gets the jab out, just popped a couple of jabs there. Nothing major, nothing serious. Haven't seen any real thunderous punches land home yet. But we shall soon see. It's a nice little jab. Trying to work the jab. He's in there with opponent 0-18 as he may be. He is still trying to make somewhat of an effort. You know, he's not just there to, you know, give you a workout and let you throw punches. No, he seems to be throwing a few there. It's making something to think about. But as I said, very crude, very telegraph punches. Nothing really to write home about. Nothing that's going to worry Highland. That's what I can say. Seems in control, moving around the ring very well. A nice little jab in there on the inside now. Now that right there, you an opponent kind of with the head down, and he clinched. Maybe could have seen an uppercut go in there. Who knows? Maybe should have thrown an uppercut, but there you go. Missed with the right hand, missed with the counter right hand. So again, not really an awful lot going on here now. We're into the last minute of this fight, or this round, I should say. And again, that was a nice uppercut, though. That seemed like a nice little uppercut that went in. And they're back into a clinch. So, yeah, not a great deal to report in this fight. Not a great deal, but always interesting to see someone make their debut, just to kind of get a gauge. Especially now, because I don't tend to watch many guys in their debut these days. Unless I've known about them in the amateurs, like a Paddy Donovan, then I don't tend to normally see much of guys who just turn over in the first pro fight. Oh, nice little uppercut landed in there. Nice little counter uppercut. We're into the last 10 seconds of this round. Missed with the right hand and back in the center of the ring. Doing well at just getting underneath them shots turning, but not an awful lot coming back. So 2 rounds down, 2 rounds to go. All right, boxing. I will call you, Mark. Thank you. So yeah, as I said, this will be the last one. I only wanted to do a couple of fights on this live stream. I didn't want to go on too long. So I'm gonna do. I done a patch of the Martin Murray fight, and now I'm doing Blaine Highland. I kept calling him David Blaine at the start of this. I don't know why. Yeah, that's one thing I'm making that mistake a good bit. Is not naming the guys I should. I think I done it in the last fight, but this one I'm just kind of indifferent. I'm just saying it as I go along. But it is the Highland. It is young Blaine Highland who seems to be throwing most of the shots in here. I think his opponent's name is Stephen Maguire. I think they said it was. So as we get ready for the third round, let's go. So everything Highland with working the jab. With the jab, but some shots getting in there. Some shots getting in there from Stephen Maguire, though, to be fair. As I said, you know, most of the time you see journeyman with losing records, you expect that, oh, the right hand landed. Yeah, he's 0. Yeah. I think that most of these journeymen. But he seems to be one of these journeymen who is trying to make a go of it. Like you see certain journeymen, like, you know, God knows there's that many of them. But you see certain journeymen where they really only come for defense. They come to just, you know, pick up the loss, you know, get the 4 or 5 rounds, get the 4 or 6 rounds in, get the loss, move on to the next fight. This Stephen Maguire seems like he wants to try and throw punches, but some shots going in there from Highland, definitely. Leaping hook, or leaping uppercut, I should say, from Highland. And the way he's leaping in with these shots, it's almost, I want to say it's almost a la Prince Nassim. The way he's leaping in with some of these uppercuts and hooks. Prince Nassim was someone who could master that. He would leap in with a hook and take your head clean off. Terrific fighter was Prince Nassim. So again, the same thing as a little jab. Okay, some good work now here. So Highland trying to get his opponent up against the ropes. Maguire fights out of it. It's one of the big criticisms I had about Martin Murney in his last fight. Whenever he got his opponent up against the ropes, you don't throw a few shots and then leave, let him out of there. Even when he was appearing to kind of, I was like stun him, but maybe sting him. Some jabs coming. Jabs coming from Maguire. Maguire with his head down very low. To be fair, he's getting his head pushed down by Highland. Naughty. Very scruffy. Very scruffy work. Swinging a miss from Maguire. So again, this is just to see what we have here with young Blaine Highland. And, you know, as I said, starting his pro career, professional debut. So just saying, I've seen a lot worse on their pro debuts, believe you me. I've seen a hell of a lot worse. Looks an interesting prospect. I think maybe he needs to plant the feet a bit more, maybe not leap in with hooks. Leap in with hooks. Because when I've seen him do that so far, he's missed or he's caught arms. I think I've only seen one land that I can remember in this fight anyway. 30 seconds to go in round 3. Looks like it's another. I was really hoping to call a knockout tonight. We may yet see one, but I might not be calling it. I might just be watching it instead. Again, there's no question who's winning this fight. Definitely not. I think Highland's won every round. Not even close. But the opponent's game. Stephen Maguire, he seems game. Definitely. Some good head movement there. So yeah, not a lot to report in this fight, unfortunately. One thing I will report from this card is that the guy who's claiming to be the G-man, Gerald Carroll, he took an L tonight. He took a loss tonight. I didn't see that fight, but the scorecards, I think, were like 79, 74, and he fought a guy who was 901. So Gerald Carroll, the imposter G-man, not the real one. The real one's on YouTube. He took the L tonight, and obviously we've Terry Flanagan still to come. Natasha Jonas, I didn't watch that fight, obviously. I've seen it on BoxRec that she won second round stoppage. And a heavyweight by the name of Sean Turner. And Mark, it's not Sean Turner from Ireland. It's another heavyweight called Sean Turner, believe it or not. He's British. Gerald McClellan. Probably my all-time favorite fighter. Seriously. Probably my all-time favorite fighter. But yeah, Sean Turner. Not the Sean Turner we know and love. Lol. So again, we're in the final round here. Referee giving us fight telling off. There is more than one G-man, to be fair, there is. I think there's actually a G-man ring service if you actually Google it. So Blaine Highland coming out with this. Some inside work there. Like the arms are free. So, as I said in the last fight, when your arms are free, punch or get out. Good left hook landed. When you're in a clinch and you have one arm free, you can punch with that arm. That's why you hear the referee say punch or get out occasionally. This Stephen Maguire, as crude as he is, and although he's not won, it's a bit like I said, some of these guys do come to fight. This guy does seem to be throwing a lot more punches than I see most other journeymen throwing. Coming close, but like that, the more punches you throw, the more open you are for counters. Like that right there. Some good shots from Highland. To be fair, Highland, I'm not going to say he looks uncomfy, but definitely there's some signs there. There's some shots are getting in, and I'm not going to say they're bothering him. Definitely not, but it's interesting. He looks an interesting shot. The good shots there. That's a nice little right hand that landed. But the move Maguire and some good work from Stephen Maguire. He's actually doing a fair bit in this round. To be fair, he is. Some landing, some shots as well. Definitely giving a good account. And see, performances like this where you do come to fight and you do try and make a go of it, that's what gets you on more of these shows. When you have a journeyman record and you're dealing with these journeymen, what they do is they try and get a good performance in because it means that they're always going to be in the white corner. They're probably not going to win, but you're guaranteed some paydays. You don't have to sell any tickets. You take your checkup and you go on to the next job. Definitely some game work, and always with journeyman, you'll get them with maybe 2 wins and 30 odd losses. There's obviously a robbery or two in there, probably. You always get that with some journeyman, that there is a robbery or two in there. Some good. I haven't given Stephen Maguire a round, but he's definitely coming game in this round. 30 seconds to go. Some good hooks being landed there. Good hooks being landed there by Highland. Nice little short uppercut on the inside by Maguire. Yeah, Maguire seems very game. Very game, journeyman. Very game. 10 seconds left, and it looks like Blaine Highland's going to pick up the first win of his pro career against a decent opponent. Obviously 0-18. In terms, when I say decent, I mean a decent first opponent for a journeyman. Decent first opponent. So those are the fights in a nutshell. That's why I call her big sexy Sean Turner. Big sexy Sean Turner. How is he going to do in Ultimate Boxer? When I say a decent opponent, I don't mean as in he's a world beater, but you get a lot. Like, I've seen small hall show fights. As I said, I'm not covering this fight because I'm interested. I'm covering it because it was next on the card. I said I'd do 2 commentaries, whatever order the fights were in. That's the order they were in. I got Martin Murray's fight, and I got this Blaine Highland fight. Decent opponent. When I say that, I mean it's very hard to find a journeyman who actually does come to throw a few punches, come to win. I've been to small hall shows where guys have fought journeyman, and my days, they have just snooze fests, to say the least. They've just come to just tuck up, throwing up. If you ever watch that fight I have at the start of some of my videos, so if you ever watch my audio videos, you'll always see kind of the subject come up first, and then you'll see it enter into a fight. That's my pal Craig O'Brien, and he's fighting the journeyman from Bulgaria. I think that journeyman, that was in a 6-rounder. I think that journeyman threw about 10 punches that whole fight. Seriously. And Craig was trying as best he could. The guy was tucking up. He was doing everything. And the worrying, this is what's really worrying. That journeyman fought an Irish guy. Can't remember the guy's name. Cannot remember his name for the life of me. But he fought an Irish guy in Tala last year and knocked the Irish guy out in the first round. And that journeyman had something like 40-odd losses, and I think only like 3 wins. Knocked the what's the Irish guy's name? I can't remember him. I will box wreck him. I will box wreck Craig, and I'll get that journeyman's name, and I'll let you know who he was, because before I end this stream, I want to do that. His name was Radislav McV, 13, 54, and 12. Who did he knock out in a round? Because I couldn't believe that guy could have done anything, let alone knocked out a guy called Martin Wall, who was 1-0 at the time. Knocked him out in a round. Seriously. I could not believe it. And he hasn't fought since then. Fair. Don't know the guy. Don't know him, but you get knocked out by guys like that, it ain't good. It ain't good. So I said I wanted to call these 2 fights. I'm going to leave that here. Don't want this stream to drag on. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'll definitely be covering the Rocky Fielding fight. That's just going to be a separate, just audio post-fight review. And Paddy Donovan tomorrow, I'll be covering him. Really, Mark, you'll know. Paddy Donovan, I'm interested. I'm definitely interested with him. Definitely interested to see what he has. So that's my thoughts on this. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Podcasting is something I might do someday, but not right now. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'll talk to you later.